Hello, everybody, and welcome to the X Factor with the Crypto Hipster. This is episode 35, and today I'm out in the elements. I'm outside, and there's some kind of goose chirping in the background. It's nice outside. It's warm. It's getting warm. It's getting springtime. So, it's episode 35 where I bring you news, insights, analysis, all the crypto events all around the world. And today we have an amazing show. Thank you for joining me. And let's get to it, shall we? All right. So the first set of news that we're going to talk about today is really a study. Okay. And the first study is this. And this is really a global study, but it's covers the whole entire crypto gaming space. Uh, Asia's current gaming domination is crucial. Free games, and this is a study by DAP Radar. Asia is home to 1.7 billion gamers and continues contribute dollars in annual gaming revenue, making it a critical market according to DAP Radar. Asia is crucial to the Web3 gaming industry as it already boasts the majority share of gamers and gaming revenue and it has the high interest blockchain technology. According to the report, the April 13 report, which is yesterday, from DAP Radar, they say the Asian market now has 1.7 billion video game players. The world is over half the global gaming revenue and has long been the driving force behind the global gaming industry, according to the report. Where's the U.S. in this thing? Whoa. Europe's next. No, Europe's 13%, North America 7%, Asia Pac 55%, AE 15%, and Latin America 10%. So the United States of America is laggards, not unexpected. Revenue by region, though, Asia Pac 52%, North America 23%, Europe 21%, Latin America 4%. So, yeah. Due to these facts, DAP Radar claims the Asia region plays a crucial role in the bad South Asia. Come on now. China and Japan and South Korea dominate the gaming industry in Asia and are home to 62 of the world's top 100 gaming companies by market cap. Looks like I'm expanding the podcast. Any company out there in Asia gaming want to talk to me? What podcast? Join. Let me know your thoughts. This wonderful other global news, full of global news. Let's go. Where are we at? G20. Yeah, this is the one. This is the one I want to talk about. G20 countries aim framework against crypto related risks. The G20 also aims to bring together global economies to fight debt distress and hyperinflation in smaller economies like Sri Lanka and Ghana. If the G20, an intergovernmental forum comprising of 19 countries and the European Union, has planned to develop a common framework for helping all countries risks associated with cryptocurrency investments. Under the India's presidency, the G20 called for a coordinated global crypto policy, a vision forth by the country's finance minister, Nirmala Sitharaman. However, with multiple ecosystems, and if you hear noises, that's a plane, man. However, multiple ecosystems collapses impacting investors worldwide, Sitharaman reforms will not help address afraid. Okay, so speaking at the Peterson Institute for International Economics in Washington, she highlighted the numerous crypto collapses while revealing the need for coordinated effort from all jurisdictions. She says Cryptocurrencies are a very important part of the discussion under the G20 India presidency. Given so many collapses and shocks in cryptocurrencies, we seek to develop a common framework for all countries to deal with this matter. Okay, so more. She also said the G20's aim in certain economies such as Sri Lanka and all right, so that's in the G20. You know, hell of a thing to live in fear, especially if you're G20 governments afraid of Bitcoin and crypto. You're a big bad thing, and you're afraid of a small little things. Of course, David Goliath wasn't afraid of David. Now was he? No, we're not going to get biblical on you. But let's talk about the United States because you know it's important to talk about the U.S. because people used to think, and there's still people out there who think the only market that matters is the U.S. and it's getting decreasingly that way. That was back in 2017 methodology or thought process that it was the only market that mattered. It's not. Obviously, the Asia gaming market matters. Obviously, all the rest of the world, crypto matters. And it matters because the U.S. share of global crypto developers fell 26% in those 5 years, according to a report by A16Z. Actually, since 2018, nearly 40% of all crypto developers were based in the US, whereas in 2022, this figure had fallen to less than 30%. That's a steep drop. The share of global crypto developers based in the US declined by 26% from 2018 to 2022, according to the report entitled The State of Crypto 2023, cited from Electric Capital and similar webs to support its findings. All right. A summary of the report's findings stated that I already said that. Backing up the findings is a graph. Oh, it had a nice little graph here. It looks kind of cute. It's awesome. The U.S. share of global crypto developers was nearly 40% in 2018, but it fell. It dropped. It's what happens when you have an overreaching government entity that is out of its league and it has no actual qualifications at all, and it doesn't belong there, and you can't get rid of them. That's what happens when that happens. In a summary, 816 cited lack of regulatory clarity. There you go. As a possible reason, okay, well, they're saying it's possible, right? We know it's more than possible for the decline. There has been so much debate, they say, but little regulatory clarity. Well, what you got is you got rogue agencies overstepping their authority and need to back off. But regulatory clarity, which is hindered. As a result, America's edge may be slipping. No, it's not maybe slipping. It is slipping and has slipped. Get rid of the pork, man. Get rid of the pork. Get some fish. Get some bison. Get some chicken, but don't get any more pork, especially an overstepping pork. Because they don't. So that was the U.S. And do I have anything else in the U.S.? Because there's not really, we don't really want to talk too much about the U.S. today, but we have to talk about FTX. FTX has recovered $7.3 billion in assets and will reconsider rebooting its exchange. Oh, you're going to give them money, man. Money. And that's a golf truck. Golf truck. Well, no, that's a service vehicle. Cryptocurrency exchange FTX may be considering restating in the future, according to the legal team behind the debtors. In an April 12 hearing, the U.S. Bankruptcy Court for District of Delaware, lawyers with Sullivan and Cromwell, there you go with lawyers again, representing FTX, said the crypto firm had recovered nearly $7.3 billion in liquid assets. A March filing from the debtors reported the four FTX company silos had roughly $4.8 billion in scheduled assets as of November 2022, with an investigation into the assets ongoing. According to the legal team, FTX will also consider restarting its crypto exchange operations sometime in the second quarter of 2024, suggesting a reboot as early as April. FTX CEO John Ray has reportedly mulling reviving the bankruptcy exchange in a January interview. Wow. Okay, so let me know your thoughts. You gonna give these guys your money again? You're gonna give FTX your money again? Are you? Oh, they can get fresh money, I'm sure, but are you gonna give them your money? And if you're a stadium in, say, Miami or something, or Houston or anywhere, big stadium, are you gonna name your stadium FTX? And are you gonna allow signs at baseball games next to the scoreboard to say FTX? Are you gonna do that, or are you not? You know, still there was misappropriation of funds that happened there. So, I mean, let me know your thoughts. Those are my thoughts, but let me know your thoughts, and if it's just aspirational or if you're actually going to give him your money again. So let's go to another article about the about FTX, and actually that's part of Switzerland. So let's talk about that when we get to Switzerland. And is there anything else from the United States of America? Yes, there is. Metaverse. The metaverse for youth. Meta has urged to ban minors from the virtual world. Currently allowing users from 18 up, Meta also wants to open its metaverse app Horizon Worlds to the users aged 13 to 17. Advocacy organizations and safety groups have urged Mark Zuckerberg's social media giant Meta to halt plans to allow minors into the metaverse. Online safety groups and experts sent a letter to the Meta CEO on April 14, calling out the firm to scrap its plans to invite teenagers and young adults to join its metaverse app Horizon Worlds. The letter was signed by major safety groups, including Airplay, the Center for Countering Digital Hate, Common Sense Media, and others, according to a report by Bloomberg. The activists argued that Meta must first assess the potential risks of allowing youth in the metaverse, as minors will likely face harassment and privacy violations on its virtual reality app. They say Meta must wait for more peer-reviewed research on the potential risks of the metaverse to be certain that children and teens would be safe. You know, minors are minors for a reason, and there is legal responsibility there on the parents by the parents. And do we want minors to be in adult rooms? That's a question. But advocacy groups have too much power because they also don't come with any statistics or um, expertise in anything. So let's let's draw that line there and say, where is the line? Where does it get drawn? Who draws it? And what should be the path forward? Let me know your thoughts, because this is a big one. This is a big deal. This is a gray area with lots of grayness. Yeah, gray area, grayness. That's what I like. I like that. So let me know your thoughts, and we'll move on from there. Let's go to staying in the United States. Um, I knew I had something else on FTX. I do. Financial Services Chair McHenry sends SEC a second request for records related to the SBF arrest. Sam Bankman-Fried was arrested just before his committee appearance was scheduled. Leadership in the United States House of Representatives Financial Services Committee was not satisfied with SEC head Gary Gensler's response to their request for documents. Why would you be? They have reached out to the SEC chairman again, there accidentally, in a sharply worded letter. Committee Chair Patrick McHenry and the Chair of Oversight and Investigation Subcommittee, Representative Bill Huizenga, wrote Gensler on February 10, demanding records and communications between and among both the SEC's Division of Enforcement, the Office of the Chair, and the Department of Justice in regard to the timing of charging and arrest of former FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried. Fried was scheduled to appear before the Financial Services Committee on December 13, but was prevented from testifying by his arrest. You were covering up, I don't know, knowledge and insight by Gary Gensler? Oh, no. That can never happen, can it? Oh, no. See, corruption reigns supreme, man. Do your job, Mr. I love the job you're doing, Mr. McHenry. Keep it up. Thank you. We appreciate your service to the country. All right. So, staying here in the U.S., judge orders YouTuber BitBoy Crypto. Remember before a few weeks ago I said I stand with BitBoy Crypto? So here's going to be my article where I stand with BitBoy Crypto, because I stand with him, because even though he's a YouTuber who makes lots of money and I just do podcasts and make almost none and write books who no one reads. Some people read, though. I appreciate that. Let's talk about BitBoy Crypto. Judge orders YouTuber BitBoy Crypto to appear and address alleged harassment. Armstrong was ordered to appear in a Florida court to address allegations he threatened and harassed lawyers behind a class action lawsuit against him and other crypto influencers. A federal magistrate judge has signed an order requiring BitBoy Crypto YouTuber Ben Armstrong to appear in Florida as part of a status conference related to a lawsuit involving several crypto influencers. Yeah, in an April 12 filing by the U.S. District Court of the Southern District of Florida, Judge Melissa Damian ordered Armstrong and his counsel to appear on April 20, along with a legal team representing the influencers. According to the order, the conference was aimed at bringing awareness of Armstrong's harassment toward plaintiffs' counsel. Now, let's talk about this. Armstrong, along with several other influencers, were named in a lawsuit filed on March 15 for allegedly promoting FTX crypto fraud without disclosing compensation. Well, they may have done that. I don't know. That's not my point. Adam Maskowitz, representing plaintiff Edward Garrison and others in the class action lawsuit, has claimed that Armstrong harassed the legal team with endless phone calls, tweets, and emails, voicemails full of vulgarities, and social media posts suggesting threats. Let's talk about this. Is where I stand with him. BitBoy Crypto this morning said he's not going to show up in court. All right. My support to you, sir, to Mr. Ben, Mr. BitBoy Crypto, is show up in court so that they can't find you in contempt of court. If you have a court date and you don't show up, they will find you in contempt of court, and that'll actually hurt you later on down the line. So my suggestion is to stay to go to court and show up so that you are not in contempt of court. And I get said good morning by people out here. It's pretty cool. So, pardon my interruption, Mr. BitBoy Crypto. Don't be in contempt of court. That's my support to you. Okay. And let's see. I think that's it in the U.S. I think we're done with the U.S. today. I do. Wait a minute. No. Yep. This is going to be more of a U.S. one too. So we'll go here too. Talk about Uniswap. Uniswap proposal to launch on Polygon is set to pass. All 191 Unitokers voted in favor of the proposal to launch the DEX on Polygon's ZK EVM. Okay. Decentralized exchange Uniswap is seemingly set to launch on the new zero-knowledge Ethereum virtual machine roll-up solution from scaling solution provider Polygon. While Uniswap token holders have until April 14 to vote on the proposal to launch Uniswap 3 on the virtual machine, the 40 million vote threshold needed for the proposal to pass has already been reached, with over 42.4 million votes recorded in favor of the integration. All 191 Ethereum addresses voted in favor of the proposal, with financial modeling platform Gauntlet and Ethereum infrastructure provider Consensus leading with over 7 million votes each, according to Tally, a voting dashboard for decentralized finance projects. Very cool. Okay. Now, let's move on to Europe. And I said I was going to talk about Switzerland first. Actually, I have South America today. I have some South American news. We were going to go there first. And let's see. I have El Salvador on the lineup here. So I wanted to go to El Salvador first. And go to Bitfinex in El Salvador. Bitfinex Securities El Salvador receives digital asset service provider's license in El Salvador. The license granted by El Salvador's National Digital Asset Commission will allow Bitfinex Securities to issue and trade security assets on a regulatory compliant platform. Digital asset exchange Bitfinex Securities El Salvador has received a digital asset service provider's license under the El Salvador's new digital asset assurance law, which passed by El Salvador's Congress in January, with the goal of fostering increased financial innovation and growth in the Central American country. According to the announcement, the license, which was granted on April 11 by El Salvador's National Digital Asset Commission, makes Bitfinex Securities El Salvador the world's first international digital asset platform to receive approval to be licensed as a digital asset service provider in El Salvador. Very cool. Keep up the good work. And then we'll go to Argentina. And Argentina is a beautiful country in South America. And it says Argentina securities regulator approves Bitcoin futures index. The regulated Bitcoin futures index is reportedly a first in Latin America and is set to debut in May. The securities regulator of Argentina has approved a Bitcoin-based futures index set to debut on the Matba Rofix exchange. The Bitcoin futures contract will start trading in May, with the exchange claiming it would be the first regulated Bitcoin futures index in Latin America. The National Commission of Value, CMV, the country's securities regulator, approved the Bitcoin futures index as part of a strategic innovation agenda. The innovation agenda, which launched in the first quarter of 2022, is focused on creating a space for public-private collaboration to develop new and creative products in the capital market. The Bitcoin futures contract will be based on the price of Bitcoin provided by various entities in the nation, offering trading pairs. All trades will be settled in the national fiat currency, with traders required to deposit Argentine pesos through bank transfer. This is a good step for Argentina to get out of its inflation problem, or whatever we're going to call it. It's an incredibly high percentage of inflation it has. Let's go, Argentina. You go on with your bad self. How's it going to work out? Let me know your thoughts. Okay. Now we get to go over to Europe. IMF, International Monetary Fund, is to publish a CBDC handbook in response to increasing demand for guidance. With interest in the central bank digital currencies at an unprecedented level, the International Monetary Fund is experiencing heavy demand for guidance in regards to them. In response to the IMF plan to release a CBDC handbook, Deputy Manager Bo Lee said in a recent speech. The IMF saw some urgency in meeting the needs of central banks planning CBDCs. Therefore, the organization has engaged with almost 30 countries that requested assistance in the past 2 years. Over 40 countries have contacted them so far, said Lee. In addition, a poor design of a CBDC could do a variety of risks. To address the informational need, the IMF will produce a CBDC handbook that will be the basis for capacity development. So all those developers that left the U.S. could work on a CBDC or other things. How's this going to go? This handbook is kind of like, this is how I see it, right? So I obviously you heard geese, you heard golf vehicles. You know I'm not home. I had to get away briefly to take care of some health challenges, but I'm going to overcome those health challenges, and I'm ready to say what they are. But let's just say I'm on a road to recovery, and I had to do it in a quiet place. And obviously, the golf carts and the geese are not making this quiet for me at all. I'm still recording my show today. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope the geese don't bother you. But yes, I had to be away from public. But let's talk about this, okay? Let's talk about this handbook. We're here to talk about crypto. We're here to talk about handbooks, okay? This is how I see it. All right, and this is how I see the SEC advisory committee too, the one they created this past week that I didn't want to talk about in the show because it's annoying and it's an extension of Gensler. I don't want to talk about extensions of Gensler, but let's talk about CBDC. My son's has 10-year-old. He has trees classified as trees with leaves, trees that are bushy, trees that are bare, and trees that dogs pee on. Okay, and that's kind of like the same thing that they're classifying the CBDCs as. People with expertise or not make a handbook. It's kind of like I saw a man putting he's a billionaire. I'm not going to name names, but he's a billionaire. He and his wife were putting their 9-month-old in the stroller, okay? And they're putting the 9-month-old in the stroller, and this kid was crying and kicking and screaming, and I don't care how much money you got, that and $1.50 will get you on the bus when it comes to a stroller. Okay, nobody gets a handbook or a rule book in life, and here's your manual. I mean, it's learn as you go. So let me know your thoughts. How do you think this manual is going to play out? Even if, especially if they don't have anybody who are in the crypto industry, but have people who are against the crypto industry. Got to look at who is making up these handbooks. So let me know your thoughts on that. All right. So now we're going to go to Switzerland, as I promised you that we would talk about FTX again. Swiss court gives green light for FTX to sell its European arm. The approval of a petition in Switzerland allowing FTX Europe AG sale would be in accordance with U.S. bankruptcy court, where FTX's global business filed for Chapter 11. According to the bankruptcy cryptocurrency exchange, FTX, a court in Switzerland, approved a petition allowing the firm to potentially sell its European business. In an April 12 announcement, FTX said a Swiss court granted the petition filed by the board of directors for FTX Europe AG regarding a moratorium proceeding. As part of the legal process, FTX's European arm would be allowed to facilitate the exploration of strategic alternatives, including the previously disclosed potential sale of its business, in accordance with the USA Bankruptcy Court. FTX Europe AG was part of FTX's Chapter 11 filings in U.S. Bankruptcy Court for the District of Delaware back in November 2022. So, is a sale better or is a relaunch better? You have the approval for sale, but is FTX going to use that sale proceeds to launch? Or should they, if they reopen, should they continue this arm too? Let me know your thoughts on that. All right. And so we're going to go to France. This metaverse consultation seeks input on alternative to tech giants. The government is asking about the metaverse user experiences and concerns, along with potential obstacles that local firms may face entering the virtual realm. The French government is seeking public comment on the metaverse, on what it's calling the virtual immersive universe, to shape a French strategy for the up-and-coming sector and to offer an alternative to the international giants. On April 11, France's Directorate General for Enterprise issued a consultation calling upon companies, associations, citizens, and researchers to answer a series of questions regarding virtual spaces. It noted the purpose of the consultation is to allow the public to express their expectations on how to anticipate metaverse technology and to offer an alternative to the virtual immersive universes currently offered by the international giants. It highlighted the rapid development of virtual and augmented reality tech, stating it's become an essential part of the economic debate, with many companies positioning themselves as a solution provider of users. Good job. Let me know your thoughts on that. Let me know what you think about French. And we're going to stay in French. We're going to stay in France. What? OIV. French Central Bank looks at certification incorporation as part of DeFi regulations. The Banque de France presented a well-written consideration of issues related to DeFi and the forthcoming MCA regulations with suggestions. The Bank of France has contributed to the discussion of European crypto asset regulation with a close examination of DeFi and potential approaches to its regulation. The discussion is timely, given the growing use of tokenization in finance and the introduction of blockchain technology in many economic sectors. The paper, written by members of the FinTech Innovation Hub at the French Central Bank's Prudential Supervision and Resolution Authority, notes that the term DeFi represents a range of crypto asset services, technologies, and associated risks, which cannot be adequately addressed with current regulations. All right, let me know your thoughts. How's that going to go? What do you think about that? Let's go. And I think we're done with. I think we are done with Europe. And let's go to. Actually, we're not done with Europe. Italy. Almost forgot. Pizza Land. I love Italy. I've been there once. First of many, how Italy's ChatGPT ban could trigger a wave of AI regulation. A data breach and a lack of transparency led Italy to ban ChatGPT, the popular AI-powered chatbot, sparking a debate on the future of AI regulation and innovation. Italy has recently made headlines by becoming the first Western country to ban the popular artificial intelligence-powered chatbot ChatGPT. The Italian Data Protection Authority, IDPA, ordered OpenAI, the US-based company behind ChatGPT, to stop processing Italian users' data until it complies with the General Data Protection Regulation, GDPR, the European Union's privacy law. I thought you guys revamped that law, man. Come on now. The IDPA started citing concerns about a data breach that exposed user conversations and payment information, the lack of transparency, and the legal basis for collecting and using personal data to train the jackpot. Chatbot. Yep. All right. So let me know your thoughts about Italy. We're going to move rather quickly through the rest of this. We are going to go to Asia. We already talked about Asia's gaming domination. So we really need to focus on three remaining articles here, and one is Hong Kong, actually both in Hong Kong. Hong Kong virtual bank to offer crypto conversions and accounts. The account services for crypto firms come at a time when the U.S.-based companies are struggling to find local banking partners, are frequently looking abroad. They are looking abroad. Why not? So, ZA Bank, Hong Kong's biggest virtual bank by assets, is reportedly set to provide crypto account services and facilitate crypto to fiat exchanges. According to a Bloomberg report this week, the bank will act as a settlement bank to allow token deposits at licensed exchanges to be withdrawn in Hong Kong dollars, Chinese yuan, and US dollars, and is also offering account services to crypto firms. The accounts for local crypto firms follow a trial in the regulatory sandbox that saw approximately 100 firms participate. ZA Bank CEO Ronald Yu noted that clients from mainland China would not be offered the service due to the country's restrictions. That's smart. How's it going to go? Let me know your thoughts. And then the right time for Hong Kong's Web3 push despite the market flux, according to the financial secretary. Now is the right time for Hong Kong to push forward with Web3 despite the crypto market fluctuations, according to the financial secretary of Hong Kong. In an April 9 blog post, Paul Chan explained that one of the three major directions he has promised in the city's budget was for the further development and application of Web3. Translated, Chan wrote that for Web3 to steadily take the road of innovative development, Hong Kong will adopt a strategy that emphasizes both proper regulation and promoting development. Chan says the region also plans to focus on financial security, preventing systematic risks, and focus on investor education, protection, and measures around anti-money laundering. In October last year, the government of Hong Kong floated the idea of introducing a bill to regulate crypto. By February 20 this year, Hong Kong Securities and Futures Commission The local securities regulator released a proposal for a regime of cryptocurrency exchanges to take off in effect in June. How are they going to go? How are these exchanges in Hong Kong going to go? Anybody have any insight? Share it with me. Let me know what you think. And so we're going to go to one final location, and it is Africa. After all, this is crypto around the world, and things move forward at all times, no matter what happens. So, Zambia's crypto regulation test to be wrapped up by June. According to the Zambia Tech Minister Felix Mutati, the country needs digital identities and other necessary digital infrastructures before it introduces crypto. Cryptocurrency regulation tests aiming to help shape crypto laws in Zambia, assuming that the real world use of crypto are on track to finish by June. In an April 12 Reuters interview, Zambia's Innovation, Science, and Technology Minister Felix Mutati said the purpose of conducting the test was to help the government see what would happen in the real world to assist in forming crypto regulations. Zambia's central bank and securities regulator commenced the tests on February 19, which Mutati said he was looking to balance safety and innovation. He says, our main goal in the area of cryptocurrency is to strike a balance between innovation in terms of digital payments against citizen safety, particularly given that cryptocurrency is very volatile. Okay. They say, let me know your thoughts about Zambia. Doesn't matter. Okay. So I want to thank you for tuning in to the rather noisy, and to the X Factor with the Crypto Hipster. We've had golf carts, service vehicles, geese that won't shut up, but we still bring you the best each and every week. And then the kids in the background. Two, we bring you the best and brightest of the news and insights each and every week. Thank you for tuning in. And one final note. The Crypto Hipster podcast is a proud sponsor of Block Jakarta. Block Jakarta will occur in Indonesia on May 25th. Tickets and information could be found on blackarrowconferences.com. Block Jakarta in Indonesia. If you're there, join in. It'll be a lot of fun. And join me each and every week for the Crypto Hipster X Factor, where I bring you the news, analysis, and insights. And have an excellent and amazing week. Thank you for tuning in today.